When is the last time you went to the movie theater? Was it for the latest memeable blockbuster?
Chicken jockey!
Was it for the last Marvel or DC movie?
What kind of super serum did you get?
I don't know, regular. Hydra.
Hydra? Oh, fancy.
Or maybe you saw a TikTok of just the cutest little thing and you had to go see it in theaters because, oh my gosh, I just want to pinch his little cheeks, he's so cute. Either way you look at it, according to statistics, people aren't seeing movies anymore. Which begs the question, how did we get here? Now before we begin, some people say the problem is that they don't make good movies anymore. I would go if only there were some original movies. Everything is just a sequel or a reboot or based on something. Where's the originality? I think our main culprit is Netflix. Back in the day when you wanted to watch a movie, you had to drive all the way to the DVD rental store, pay to rent those DVDs, which had anywhere from a 2 to 7 day return window. And if you didn't return the movies in time, you'd be hit with a big fine. $1 a day. This meant that a lot of people were accidentally keeping DVDs for way longer than they wanted to watch The Longest Yard.
He broke in my nose.
Meanwhile, Netflix had a business model where you could go to your computer, make a list of movies you wanted to see, and then they would come to you in the mail. You would keep that DVD for as long as you wanted and send it back without any late fees. And as soon as you sent it back, the next one shipped to you. Genius! Later, Netflix would try their hand at streaming to great success. Now, instead of waiting for movies in the mail, you had thousands of movies right at your fingertips. You could watch them whenever, from the comfort of your own couch. And guess what? A lot of movies that were on Netflix were just as good as whatever was happening in theaters. Like Battlefield Los Angeles.
You know what they say if you're gonna hit a deer? Speed up!
This posed a battle for the consumer. Do I go to the theater to watch Frankenweenie? Or do I stay home to use my streaming service that I pay for to watch Better Off Ted? This war raged on between staying at home and being lazy or paying to be on your phone. This climaxed in the pandemic. You see, in 2020 there was this thing where COVID happened, and is this guy really going to explain the pandemic to a bunch of people who lived through it? You know what it is, and if you don't, I don't know, read a book. This was the final straw though. Movie theaters were shut down for the time being, and people were locked in their homes. Netflix had won. It also didn't help that every movie that was being released in theaters at the time by Warner Brothers was also being released on HBO Max same day for no additional charge. Around this time, we also saw studios pushing theatrically released movies onto streaming. You see, normally a movie has about a 90-day window where it is guaranteed to be in theaters and nowhere else before it's put on streaming. Heck, when DVDs were a thing, there would be a window between theaters and DVDs where you couldn't even find the movies. You had to sit there and be patient. What is that like? This has now been lowered to 45 days, about half the original window, with some movies pulled even sooner than that, just being released on streaming a couple weeks after its theatrical release. Post-pandemic, we do see a slight return of movie theater numbers whenever there is a culture-defining movie that's being released. But for the most part, people love the ease, comfort, and flexibility streaming offers. And that should be a good thing, right? The market dictates the demand. If no one wants to go to the movies anymore, why should we fight to keep them open? Some time ago, I took a trip to the middle of nowhere, Arizona. I stopped in a small town to watch The Batman. I found this small theater in this small town. Arrived early, bought my popcorn, bought my drink, and sat down. There were maybe 2 to 3 people in the theater at the time, but as the showing got closer, more and more people arrived until the theater was jam-packed. I saw with my own eyes probably the entire town sitting in that theater to watch The Batman. And afterwards, they stayed behind and talked about it, friend with friend discussing their personal experience with the film. No phones, no distractions, just a community engaging in comments and critiques about the art they just consumed. Theaters have always been a place to get together. Sure, you can get together at someone's house and watch Long Shot at your home, but Sally's on her phone, Billy is explaining the intricate details of Seth Rogen's performance, Uncle Paulie is asleep, and your mom can't follow the plot because she knows she's seen Charlize Theron from somewhere, but she can't figure out where. Mom, it was Mad Max Fury Road and Snow White and the Huntsman. We watched them together, Mom. That's where you saw her. No, that's where it was. You know her from Mighty Joe Young and The Life and Death of Peter Sellers. Okay, I guess she was in those movies, but Why is that where you're remembering her from? They are not classic movies, Mom. No, they're not! Do you remember Barbenheimer? Oh, what an event. A spectacle. A movie back-to-back feature that felt like it was made for the big screen. Personally, I love that. I love going to opening night movies. I love engaging with fans of this medium who are just excited to consume it and discuss it and talk about it. The buttery popcorn, the way too large drink, it's the best experience. February 2023, I saw Ant-Man Quantumanium opening night. I sat down, top row, so I could feel high up in the air, as a group of friends, unrelated to me, came in, bought the seats on either side of me, and proceeded to talk amongst themselves during the whole movie. Like I wasn't right between them. Every time Kang popped up on screen, they'd say, "Oh no, that's Kang!" I told them to please be quiet, but they talked through the whole movie. People talking really ruins the experience of movies. You pay however much of your hard-earned money for a ticket, just to feel like it's wasted, because someone was talking through the whole darn thing. Because someone really thought Kang was cool and was very worried about the safety of Cassie Lang.
Please let this work.
Another time I saw Oppenheimer, and a guy below me was on his phone the entire time. I threw popcorn at his seat, but he didn't care. Finally, someone who wasn't me got a worker and asked him to get off his phone. It's like, seriously. We are here to watch a movie together. If you want to be on your phone, stay at home. We are here for an experience like no other. We are here to buy overpriced food, sit in an uncomfortable chair, and watch Dolittle in peace. Some theaters have been able to survive the onslaught that COVID brought. Theaters doing theme nights really help out the attendance, as well as cultural movies that get memed to death, like a Minecraft movie and Barbenheimer. I think the rise of Netflix has really impacted what movies we see in theaters, more than anything. Why would I watch Rami Malek's The Amateur when Michael Fassbender's The Killer is at home? The movies we see in theaters need to be a big spectacle. They really need to be an experience like no other. I think that is why IMAX is still around. IMAX offers a bigger screen and a more robust sound system than you have at your normal movie theater. In doing this, IMAX offers an experience that you just can't get at home watching Thunder Force.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I'm an owl. Shut up.
My theater does a special Monday showing, a mystery movie, usually a smaller, more independent film for $5. I have loved engaging in online communities, trying to guess if the next movie will be Novocaine, Mickey 17, or In the Lost Lands. It is so fun speculating and trying to guess what the movie will be. And guess what? If it isn't the movie you thought it was going to be, you get to share an experience with someone watching a movie you know very little about. What's better than sharing an experience with someone? I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what's going to save movies. I like the idea of more theme nights. People who are fans of IPs getting together, dressing up, and having a good time, but will this save theaters? Who's going to see a surfer all dressed up? I know theaters have their ups and downs, but it is an institution I enjoy, and I don't want to see it go away. There is some good news though. With the rise of streaming, many streaming services have increased their price, leading to consumers being unable to afford 52 subscriptions. So, there has been a rise of people just using free streaming services where you can't pick what you want. There's ads every 15 minutes and you only have channels to pick from. Sounds kinda like cable TV. Are the days of regular streaming almost over? Is cable coming back? Does this mean movie theaters are coming back? I don't know the answer to any of these questions. But what I do know is that I am late for my showing of The Legend of Ochi. Thank you.